Hello, this is Shai. Today on The Joy of CAD, we are going to use AutoCAD 2017 to draw a non-standard sized I-beam. Before we start, there's a ton of ways of drawing in AutoCAD. AutoCAD is wonderful in that way. You can select your features from the top, from the ribbon. You can enter them through the keyboard. Just a lot of different ways that you can draw. You'll frequently hear me say there are lots of ways to draw in AutoCAD and no single one right way. So it's really up to you. I'll try to use different drawing techniques throughout the class. It's up to you to figure out which ones work best for you. I say non-standard because the 7-inch width of the I-beam is not a common ANSI size, ANSI being the ANSI, or American National Standards Institute. But I feel like this is a good project, and it's a great drawing exercise because you're going to use common AutoCAD drawing commands like the line command, O-snap, offset, trim, and fillet. So great exercise, learn some of the powerhouse commands that AutoCAD has to offer. So let's get started. First, we're going to need to name the drawing. We can achieve this through several different means. We can either right-click on our drawing tab up here and choose Save As, or we can select the red A at the top and choose the Save As feature, or we can even use the little diskette icon up here, Save As. So I'm going to do that. Now I want to change the name of my drawing. I can also specify where I want it to save to. In this case, I'm going to use the drawing nomenclature that we provided in the syllabus. You'll use that to name your drawing. So in this case, you're going to use your Ohio ID, which would be your initials with the 6-digit code, and that will be followed by the date in the year, month, and day format, another underscore, and the name of the project, I-beam in this case. So we'll save that. And you notice that the file has been properly named at the top. So we're going to begin drawing, and we're going to start with step 1, draw a box 7 units wide, 8 units high, using the line command. I should point out also, you'll notice that I have my grid turned off, my O-snap is off. I also don't have any running O-snaps. So once, if I do turn something on, you'll notice that it turns blue and it's shaded gray when it's off. So I also have my dynamic input off. So I'm just going to enter these values in by coordinates to begin with. So we want to initiate a line command. I could pick line up here, or I could just type L and enter, and that starts my line command. I want to start from the specify point. I specify to begin at the origin 0, 0. So I will type 0, 0, enter, and that will start my line from the origin. Now you notice the line is off of the screen. Okay, so I'm going to use my mouse scroll button and scroll in until I see the origin. Okay, so that is the origin of the drawing space. 0, 0, 0, X, Y, and Z. So now I want to draw a line 7 units out by 0 units up. So 7, 0. And now I have a line 7 units long. I zoomed in a little bit too far. I'll pan that over. And I panned over just by pressing down on the scroll button and moving the mouse. Now I'll draw a line that is 7 units over, 8 units up. So 7, 8. Now I will draw a line 0 units over in the X direction and 8 units up. So now I have my line here, and you can, since I want to close at the origin where I started, I could use the C command, which stands for close, optioned here. If you notice, the first letter of those are in blue, and that represents a command that you can actually use. So you can refer to this command window for options. So I'll use C, enter, and that closed my box automatically. If I scroll in, I can see that those 2 points, no matter how far I scroll, are closed. So I'm going to zoom back out, and so there's my box. So step 1 is complete. Step 2, draw a vertical line through the center of the box. So I will initiate the line. Well, before I do that, let's set an O snap. So this is an O snap, and you can see that it's off. I'm going to select the down arrow, and because it said midpoint through the center of the box, I'm going to use the midpoint O snap. And now you'll notice that it's shaded blue. So I will initiate a line command. So I hit L and then enter to draw a line. Now it asks for the first point, specify the first point. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to select this upper line. The green triangle represents midpoint. So anytime that green triangle is highlighted, I can select and it will start it from the midpoint of that object. I will extend that down to the midpoint of this object. Enter. So left click. Now I will right click, hit enter, and it will kick me out of that command. Good. So now item 2 is complete. Task 3, offset the top and bottom lines of the box a distance of 0.7 units. Offset the center line 0.35 units from either side. Offset's a great command. Useful in many ways. So we'll initiate the offset command, O for offset, and now it gives me some options in the command window. Offset specified distance, or, and I can select one of these others. I'm going to offset a distance of 0.7 units, enter, and it asks me to select the object to offset. I select it, and now I can choose either side. I'm going to select on the inside because that's what the directions tell me to do. I'll select the bottom line and I'll offset it up. Click. Now you notice that that command kept running, so I was able to just keep picking. So now I'm going to right click and say enter. Now it's closed out of that command. Now I need to offset the center line, so I'm going to initiate the command again, offset. This time I'm going to specify 0.35 as my offset distance, and I do the same. Okay, right click, enter, and now I'm out of that command. So that was step 3. Step 4, break the sides of the box between the 2 offset lines. So I need to remove these 2 lines in here between these 2 lines. Now, I could use the break command, but I'm going to use the trim command for this. So trim, TR for the trim command, enter, and I will select the 2 cutting surfaces, this one and this one, right click, and now it's going to ask me what to remove. I'll left click, and I'll left click, and you notice the little red X next to the cursor, left click. Now I will right click, enter, and the task is done. Step 5, trim the top and bottom offset lines between the center 3 vertical lines. So I'm going to use the trim command again, TR, enter, and I will select these 2 outside lines by left clicking. Now I will right click and remove these inner lines here. Right click, enter. That step is done. Step 6, set the fillet radius to 0.4, then fillet the vertical offset lines with the horizontal offset lines. So fillet, F, enter. So I need to set the radius. I can either select on that or I can hit R for radius. And it said 0.4, so 0.4, enter. Now I will select what I want to fill it. I selected those two lines. Now it exited me out of the command automatically. I can change that if I want. I'm going to initiate the fillet command again by choosing multiple. So now, and notice that the radius is still 0.4. That radius will stay in there unless you change it. Okay, so 0.4, that's good. So now we're going to select, and notice that the command continues to run until I exit out of it. There it is. So I right-click when I'm done, left-click on Enter, and now it's taking me out of that command. And finally, the seventh and last step, erase the center vertical line. You have finished the wide flange beam. So erase, E, Enter, select, notice the red X by left-clicking, and then right-click, and it's done. So you've now completed your I-beam assignment. To complete, you'll want to save this to your flash drive. You want to save it up to the cloud, whatever cloud-based system you're using, and then finally upload your project to the correct homework assignment location. Thanks a lot.